So hello fellow coin collectors and welcome back to another video, and today we're looking at India's second decimal coin series. So up the top I have the first decimal coin series, and these are in pretty good grade metals. So we've got copper, nickel, we've got nickel, brass and bronze, and then they decided they wanted to change the metals to aluminium. And as you can see, they changed the size of the 10 paisa, and they changed the shape of the 1 paisa. The 2 paces bigger. They introduced a new denomination of 3 paces. 5 paces pretty similar in size, and the 25 and 50 paces, they didn't change till a bit later, 1972. So that's pretty much the ballpark of these coins. So you're wondering, when did they change these coins? Well, the 1, 2 paisa they changed in 1965 to the aluminium coin. The 3 paisa they introduced in 1964, so that is the earliest. The 5 paisa they didn't change until 1967, and the 10 paisa they didn't change to 1971. So 67, 71, what's the date? It's 68, 71, and if you look at the 71, 72, you can see that they removed the inscription up the top. So the inscription up the top of these coins, so I'm talking about around here, it just means one whatever of a rupee. So you need 25 paces to make a rupee, so that's 1/20th. If we have the 25 paces, when it had the inscription up the top, it would have been 1/4 of a paisa. And the 1 rupee, this will be 1/100th of a paisa, because you need 100 of these coins, of a rupee. 1/100th of a rupee, because you need 100 of these coins to make up a rupee. So now the reason why these are different shapes is because illiteracy is quite high in India. See, I think it's still roughly about 50% mark. So a lot of people can't read. So making coins of a different shape allows people to easily distinguish their denominations. And at the time, these were still having some value in India. So if you know what the value of the rupee is now, it's about 50 rupees equals 1 Australian dollar. So this one has an equivalent, it's an error coin, of 1 cent currently now. But in 1966, it had an exchange rate value of 5.33 rupees, so roughly about 5 rupees equals 1 Australian dollar. And currently now, if we put that into current values, it's pretty much 50 rupees, but then we need to times it by 10, so it'll be 500 rupees. So the 10 Australian dollar equals 500 rupees. So 1 Australian dollar back in 1966 has an equivalent value now of about 50 rupees. Gets a bit complicated, which buys what 500 rupees can buy now. So it does get a bit complicated. We'll talk about that error coin in a minute. So as you can see, the 1 paisa, it does have a lot of degradation. So we're talking about all the lines going through it. That's pretty common with aluminium coins. And this one has the diamond with, it should have a dot in the middle. So that would make it the Hyderabad Mint. If you've got a coin with just a diamond on it, that's Mumbai. If there's no mint mark, so the mint mark is below the date. So if there's no mint mark, then it's Calcutta. The Noida Mint wasn't in production at this point in time, because pretty much India needs 4 mints, like China has 4 mints because of the high population. And here we have the Ashoka lions and the wheel of Dharma. So this coin is probably only worth about $1. And then we have the 2 paisa coins. So it seems that the lowest mint of these coins are the 1969 Mumbai mint, so with the diamond mint mark, because the 2 paisa has a mintage of 5 million. That's quite low for Indian decimal coins. Generally, they have hundreds of millions. So this 1966 has a mintage of 386 million plus. It has a diamond down below, you see, so that's Mumbai. So it's a common coin. This condition probably less than $1. And here we have a 1971. Down below has no mint mark, but it's in a higher grade. So 1971, no mint mark, 207 million. So that's really not enough to cover the population even back then. I think it was like 600 million people still in India. So it's always been a high population country like China. So that's why those two. I compare similar, and they have exchanged cultures over a long period of time. So as you can see, it seems like the quality of the coins start to go down. So as you can see, we have problems with that. 2 paisa there, and that's probably because the flame was probably a little bit smaller. Looks like we're doubling on the actual rim as well. So that's an error coin. And I need to put it aside so we can compare it with the 3 paisa. And as you can see, we still have errors on the 3 paisas. So we've got cuds there, got die crack there, and this one's in high grade. So it's a diamond mint, so that is the Mumbai. Also the Mumbai, you can have a B on it, but that's usually on the proof coins. And this one's pretty much uncirculated. So these coins are only produced from 1964 to 71. After 71 to 81, they're only produced in proof form, so you won't get them. And this 1968 has a mintage of, if it does, 246 million plus. So a very common coin. These shouldn't be hard to get. I would recommend you getting them in bulk lots. You can. People do sell them as a collection. And that's the cheaper way to get the actual coins. So we have the 50 paisa. As you can see, they removed the inscription up the top and increased the size of the 5. These are only worth about $1 each. And and here we have a 1968, and as you can see, it does have flaws, lamination flaws. So this occurs on a lot of aluminium coins of different countries. 1968 has a mintage of 666 million plus, I think 750,000. So very common coin, only worth getting if it's uncirculated or an error coin. But it's quite a nice coin, and if we compare it to the copper nickel that was issued before, as you can see, they didn't change the actual design. They would have had to change the engraving a little bit to take into account the different types of metals that they were using, because aluminium is softer than copper and nickel. And as you can see, the dates are a lot larger. And then we have 1971, so this is a Kolkata, no mint mark. They always put the mint mark around near the date on these coins. So this one has a mintage that we don't know, so Kolkata doesn't show their mintages. But I would say it's probably into 400 or 500 million, and that's uncirculated, so worth about $1 or $2. Then we have a 1972, and doesn't have a mint mark again, so we don't know mintage figures. So the 1 and 2 paisa, they took out of circulation in 1981. This one was minted in this design to 1984, and then they changed it. And they also issued a few commemorative coins from 5 paisa to 5 rupees. So all denominations of this series, or most denominations of this series, have commemorative coins except for 1, 2, and 3. The 5 to 5 rupee had commemorative coins, so these are 2 of them. And This one's uncirculated. We'll talk about those. We'll just quickly talk about the 10 rupees, 10 paisa. God, getting confused, getting too excited. So this is the copper nickel one, and in 1971 they changed it to the large aluminium coin. And this was minted to 1982. So it's quite a nice coin. It's one of my favourites. And as you can see, they have a nice pattern around the side. But they minted in large numbers. So this one, 1973, we don't have a mintage figure. But this one, more circulated, 1972. That has a diamond down below. It has 735 million. So as you can see, quite common. And yeah, just imagine the mintage figures of coins now, which they don't produce. They'll be like in the billions. And then we have the commemorative coins. So this one is International Year of the Child. Has quite a high mintage. So this one, see the diamond down below. So that is in Mumbai. And it's 39,270,000. And there is a mule in which, see how the ears of this one. So if you put a line across, okay, between these, see how the, okay, so you go like that between, see how the ears go underneath. When you do this, if you have one with the ears, just point to the top. That's the smaller emblem of India, and that's the mule. So they used a different date coin for that. And this one's quite common. Hyderabad is the lowest mint with only 2,225,000. And that one is the one to get. But I'm surprised to get that in uncirculated grade. So that's a nice coin. And in 1983, they changed it to a smaller size coin, which is pretty similar to the original size of the 10 paisa. We'll talk about that in the next video on Indian coins. So the original 25 paisa, which they introduced in 1957, still circulated up until 1972. Then in 1972, they issued ones with paisa up the top, so they removed the 1/4 of a rupee. As you can see, this one is an error. It has a probably either a lamination or a dye fill in between. So you can see how this is quite thin, and the 2 is broken. So that's a nice coin to get. And you can see there's a lot of problems with the rims. And if we look on the other side, you can see the reading is okay. And I don't see much problem on this side, except for the problem in the center. So that might be a flan problem. And these are also very common. So this one, no mint mark on the 1973. But the 1972 had 367 million with the diamond mint mark. And this one has the star. So that is the Hyderabad. And we don't have any mintage figures. But the ones from Mumbai had a mintage 559 million. So I suspect that the Hyderabad coins would have had a similar mintage figures. So these are not very rare. The error is probably a $5 or $10 coin. Uncirculated, probably talk about $2 or $3. But once again, get them in bulk lots. Then we have the commemorative coin, FAO issue, Grow More Food for 1973. You see the reading. So this is security reading. So you've got the security seal in the middle and the reading, and here's the part where they join up. And if we look at this side, so I got a new camera and it doesn't like to focus that good. So we have a card in between, so where the 50 and 0 join up. Also got a die crack that joins up to the actual card. So that's an error coin. So this is the type of errors that you're looking for. Although minor, it does increase the value of the coin quite significantly, probably even 10 to 100 times. But, you know, This one's uncirculated, so it should have a good value to it, $5 to $10 I would say. And there is another card going from through the date. Although minor, on other coins you might be able to get a better cut out of it. So the mintage of this coin, and surprisingly Kolkata has got a mintage, and as you can see it doesn't have any mint marks. That's not the mint mark there, that's just part of the design. So this one has a mintage of 40,100,000. So in uncirculated condition, you're probably talking about at least $2 to $3. But with an error, yeah, I'd say $5 to $10 because it's quite a common coin. And then you got Mumbai, and there's 28 million, but no other. And then there's proof for Mumbai as well, 11,000. So the proof coins are low mint, so they're the ones you're looking for. And the highest value coin they issued is the 1 rupee. So here is 1976, and as you can see, it's has a lot of lamination problems. So that is a coin where the metal has not really mixed properly. It's been a bit circulated, so that's a very interesting coin to get. It looks nice. Looks like a type of rock, a metamorphic rock with the gneiss striation. We also have a die crack going straight through the middle. So you can see the die crack right there. So it's a good error coin to get. So this was first issued in 1975, and it's the first issue of the 1 rupee issued by India that had sufficient numbers for the economy. The 1962 and the commemorative versions issued beforehand had a pretty low mintage and wouldn't have really circulated. So this one, although 1976 with no mint mark, doesn't have a mintage figures, but 1975 from Mumbai had 98.8 million, and the rest of them have over 100 million. So I would suspect that this coin has a mintage of around about 100, 150 million. So it will be very common. And once again, rated security edge, and the same obverse that we see on all the other Indian coins. So in this one being an error coin, probably $10 to $20 I would say. But if you want an uncirculated one, you probably talk about $3 to $4 in today's market. Anyway, I hope this helps you with Indian coins. This is the second decimal series, and later on we'll do the third and the fourth. Then we've got 5th, 6th, 7th decimal series. So we will have fun looking at Indian coins. Thank you very much. If you have any comments down below, leave it down below. And check out the links below. Thank you very much, and have awesome coin and banknote collecting time.